Okay, you should have your math journal open to page 29. Okay, so we are kind of moving on. We've been talking about reading and writing numbers through 1 million, or actually through the millions place. But today we're going to move on to a new learning objective. Can you guys read this one with me? Everyone's finger should be on that word I. I'm waiting. Compare two whole numbers up to 1 million using the comparing symbols less than, equal, greater than. Okay, so let's talk about, you have compared numbers before. If I say which is greater, 150 or 21, you guys can easily tell me which number is greater. But as the numbers get bigger, it gets to be a little bit more challenging, okay? So I want us to just take a few notes on a few things that we're going to do. So our first bulleted point here today is count the number. Remember, when we take notes, we like to make it as short as possible. Count the number of digits in each number. Now, this is important because sometimes when we are comparing numbers, it looks like when we have really big numbers, we may not notice that one number has 6 digits and one number has 5 digits or 7 digits, and we're only looking at that first number, the biggest number, to compare. Well, if they're not in the same place value column, that's not a good comparison, right? Yeah. So we want to count the number of digits and make sure they have the same number of digits, okay? Next, we want to line up the digits, or line up the numbers by place value, okay? That is how we line them up to add and subtract. It also works for comparing place value, or comparing numbers. So for example, one way we could do this is by using a place value chart. And I have a lot of place value charts that you're welcome to use. You also have a place value chart in your math journal. Okay? So if I have, yes? In a minute, okay? If I have two numbers that I want to compare, girls, focus please. And the two numbers are, let's just go ahead and write them down here on this line as an example. Okay, so one number is going to be 1,247,519. And then I want to compare that to another number, which let's just say is 374,614. Well, if I don't do that first step and count the number of digits, I might just look at the 1 and the 3 and think that this number is greater, okay? But it's not greater. Why isn't it greater if this first digit is 3 and this first digit's 1? Why is this not a greater number? Harper?
Because the 1, it's lower than the 3, and the 1, it's less than 3.
It is less than the 3 as a single digit. But is the value less than the value of the 3? That's what we have to focus on, is the value of the digit. What is the value of that 1? What's the value of the 1, Harper?
1 million.
1 million. What is the value of that 3? Ella? 300,000. Okay? So we can't compare, we can't say this is greater than this because the value of this is 1 million and the value of this is only 300,000. Okay? So sometimes we can use a place value chart to help us compare. So this place value chart goes to the millions, and you can write on it with a dry erase marker, and some of you aren't going to need to do that. Okay? But if you write the numbers out by place value column, then it makes it easy to see a couple of things. Number one, it's pretty easy to see that this number doesn't have as many digits, isn't it? Okay, and number two, if it did have the same number of digits, let's just look and see if that was a 1, we could compare starting with the left, the ones are the same, and then here, which one is bigger? In this example, which one is bigger? Owen? The second one, 1,374,614 is greater than 1,247,519. But that's not the problem in our example. So if they aren't the same number of digits, which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? Every hand should be up. This one's easy. Which one's bigger? What do you think, Ireland? Is the one on top. 1,247,519 is greater than 374,614 because of the number of digits. Okay, so first we want to count the digits, then we want to line up the numbers by place value. Okay, and then this is our last point. We'll just write it under the line. If the numbers, and again we can abbreviate, have the same number of digits, start comparing from the leftmost place value column. Okay, and that's a little bit different. Usually in math, we start on the right, right? Usually in math, we start on the right. Please focus. Please write this down. Everyone is capable of looking at the screen and copying this down. Okay? Usually in math, we start on the right, but when we compare, we start on the left, which makes sense because we want to look at the highest valued digits first. Okay? If this is greater than this, that means nothing because any digit that comes before it is going to change the value. Does that make sense? It's going to have a greater value. Okay, I see several people who are not tuned in.